Leah from the Yoga House in Kingston, New York. I thought we'd do crow pose today. And this is one of those poses that comes to feel easy really quickly, but the initial part of getting in and trying to find your balance feels impossible to some. So I figure we'll do 3 ways to get in today. The traditional, and then a couple non-traditional ways. So first way you want to do it is you come into a standing forward fold. You'd have hands planted right in front of the toes. It's okay if you have to soften your knees to get here. Hands are about hips distance or shoulder distance apart, and you're bending elbows quite a bit. You do want to soften your knees and you start to come onto your tippy toes, and you're trying to tuck your knees high up in your armpits. Play around with that placement, because that's the key right there. If you can't get the placement, if it doesn't feel comfortable, no, don't listen to your teacher, listen to your body. Go where it feels comfortable on your arm. So you're trying to tuck the knees as high up into the armpits as possible. And imagine getting this shin bone balancing on the back of the bicep. So once you can place it right there, make sure to keep the hips really high. And you start shifting weight forward right onto hands. Lift the gaze a little bit. This will help you get a forward momentum without falling over. And then try lifting a toe at a time. If you can get up, you might be able to cross feet, and you can gaze forward a little bit. Okay, so let's try option number 2. Option number 2 involves a blanket of some sort. And this is because you want to be able to fall on your face. If you fall on your face, you will learn so much about the posture, so there's nothing to be embarrassed about. We'll try it in a similar way. We'll come from squatting, plant the knees high up in the arms, shift weight onto hands, and then do it, whether you need to or not. Shift yourself forward, land flat on that face. Boom. And maybe you'll be able to pull her right back into it. That wasn't very pretty, but you get the idea. Okay. Falling over will help you find that balance point, because so many people are afraid of falling over. Get rid of the fear right away. A couple other ways to do it. One way is to take a squat, take your arms into the knees. We'll lift the hips up high. Now, instead of planting the knees right in the armpits, imagine squeezing the armpits together. This is an old wrestling move for a lot of guys. A lot of guys can come into it more easily this way. And then we'll lift, squeezing in tight. Did I say we do 3? Let's do 4 ways to get in. Here's yet another way. Take a block, get your heels up high on the block. That'll help you plant the knees where you need them. All right? I'm going to move my block aside here. And we'll gaze forward, shift forward. Take a toe off at a time, then lift, 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 lift. If you can stay here, breathe for 3 breaths, and then try hopping out into chaturanga. And take a vinyasa. And love the crane pose. Thanks everyone. Take care. Namaste.